Hi, welcome to Shamanic Drumming, bringing in some beautiful, happy energy for today. My cat is with me, lovely cat energy. I also have beautiful rattle and my tuning fork, which I'm just going to put on my heart chakra. Absolutely beautiful. Lovely. So I do have some crystals to connect with today. Amethyst. I'm not sure what this crystal is called. That's not a very good start, but never mind. Pyrite. Beautiful Hamza hand painted on a lovely stone by a friend of mine. Yin Yang. Paint on a beautiful stone. Hope. And also a lovely pyramid. I love this pyramid, it's beautiful. My friend made it, so yeah. I bought that pyramid at one of the first holistic events that I did. So yeah, it's always nice to have things that mean significance to you. You know, it doesn't have to be anything expensive or what have you. I remember with my friend we did an energy exchange for my holistic products for the pyramid, so that was really lovely, and I love doing that with friends. So if you get a chance to do that, it doesn't have to be exchanging money, even though some people have still got this what have you to do with money. It's quite interesting because I've been connecting with the Akashic records. I've been working with some lovely ladies, absolutely fantastic. I'm so grateful for them and their energy. I know that they're grateful for me and my energy as well. You know, we kind of all bounce off each other, which I feel is very important. But what has come to my mind today, and after my yoga class I was having a coffee with a friend and we were talking, and what was coming up was survival mode. And I said to her, that's really interesting, because when I was doing the meditation after we'd finished the yoga practice and what have you, and that's what came to my mind. So I feel a lot of people, not everybody, are in survival, because we were talking, to be honest with you, we were talking again about the holistic community, the dog eat dog and competition and what have you. And when I find that where I am, there is a lot of that. So because I've got to move, I've got about a couple of months, and I was chatting to my neighbour actually about that as well. So I was thinking maybe it'd be good for me to move somewhere where it's not so dog eat dog community. I don't know where that is, so if anybody's got any ideas, let me know. Because that's what I'm finding, to be honest with you. I've kind of pulled back a lot from the holistic community. Not from everybody. I'm not saying everybody's like that, because they're not. But I've been kind of doing my own thing and only connecting with a small connection of lovely people, you know, lovely friends. But yeah, there is a lot of that, and I feel because people are in survival mode and then they're trying to outdo each other instead of supporting each other, you know. And she said, well, where we are, Lou, there's not really much community spirit. And I you know, I haven't experienced much, so only with a small number of people. So that is also what I wish to connect with the shamanic drumming, because let's be honest, you know, there are some people, and also what's been coming up is some people will do anything for money, you know, so there is that kind of thing where they will literally screw somebody over, or in some words sacrifice someone so they can get ahead in life, or destiny swap, or whatever you call it. Do you know what I mean? And there are some people that connection to these people, and they're amazed that there are some people that are still alive, that they're still here, because they've got an important soul mission to do. I should write a book or a series or something about it, do you know what I mean? Because it is real, it is true, and it's been happening. So there is that. And also what I've been chatting to some friends, you know, about, in particular one friend, when I said that, you know, this is also for the ones that are no longer here, and she's like, Lou, that's quite something. And I said, yeah, it is, because some people have literally been got rid of for these, whoever they think they are, to step into their limelight, to level up, to do this, to do that, and they will do anything, because some of them haven't got any morals. Yeah. And I will speak out about it, and I will say it, and I piss some people off, but I really don't care. At the end of the day, I really don't care. I'm tired of worrying that I'm going to upset someone, say this and say that and blah, 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 you know, and be gang stalked, or, oh, you said this and you said this. Well, it's the truth, isn't it? Basically. Anyway. But some people are in survival mode. So let's see what we can do to alchemize these energies. And I'm only the guide here, you do the work. Hope. Can't make it up. I always get told what crystals and connections to use. Look, hope. An idea like a single acorn can start a wondrous forest. Absolutely. Yeah. Transform, emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. But yeah, you know, as I say, in connection to do with the survival mode. And that's why some people feel that they need to be in the dog-eat-dog cabal mind state. Well, let's see if we can alchemize those energies, shall we? And see what happens. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Light. Look to the space between the trees for answers. Trust. The robin trusts her wings, not the branch she sits on. Yeah. And also with some people, you know, morally in connection to do with their body and how they use their body and what have you, and actually having that self-love to take care of their body. I'm considering actually doing a dark goddess reading. That's been on my mind as well to do. So, you know, that might be a trigger warning for some. But at the end of the day, I'm only doing what I'm guided to do. So let's see how we get on with this. Because I know for me, I've been having body aches And I nearly didn't go to my yoga class today because I had body aches, and my whole body was aching, literally from my neck down all the way, even to like one of my toes. So I'm like, well, what is this energy that's coming in? You know, I always question a lot, and I drive some people mad because I'm not normal. And I don't want to be normal. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I remember like some of my friends, like I don't even speak to them anymore, but it's like, why can't you be normal? And I'm like, well, what's normal in your eyes? You know? What's normal in your eyes? When I've told them about my shamanic journeys and all sorts of other things, because, you know, from my beginning of my journey, and they didn't get it. But it's like, when I was saying, I was thinking about that the other day, and it was like my guides were like, yeah, but they weren't meant to get it. And when all that COVID nonsense started, and I started connecting with some other lovely people from groups, they actually got it. They actually knew what I was talking about. And I was like, finally, you know? But then that showed that the friends that I had around me just were not on my wavelength. But that's okay. Forbearance. Do not be deterred by the thorn amidst the roses. Absolutely. It's good to have some far out wacky conversations with some beautiful people who actually get it. So I'm very grateful to those beautiful connections that I have. So when you are ready, take a deep breath in and out, and let's do some drumming. Makes me laugh. I love it though. It's alchemize these energies, and it's also to help ourselves in connection to survival mode. And also with these energies who feel that they can cast and try to mess around with people's finances and their home life and their business and what have you. You have no power here. All that energy that you send out with your, whether you're a practitioner yourself or paying practitioners, look at all that money that you've wasted because it hasn't done anything, you know? It hasn't done anything. What waste when you could be using your money, your energy for other things to actually help the world instead of trying to destroy another person's business or their home life or their relationships, or, you know, because these people at the end of the day, they end up destroying themselves, really. So, you know, good luck with that. To my ancestors. Oh yeah. And my guides and my angels and all the beautiful people that I've connected with over the years, even if they might have been negative or karmic or what have you. When I look back now, they all had something that I needed to learn from. So I thank them and I release them with love, but then I don't allow them to come back into my life. I allow beautiful, new, loving, kind energy, and I alchemize survival mode to create the life, the beautiful, magical, incredible life that I deserve, not only for me, but for future, beautiful future generations to come. And so it is, with gratitude always. Lovely. So I do have some shadow work cards. So I'm going to move those cards over there. And I do have spirit messages cards and do a bit more drumming, and then I will finish. Having hope. Wow, you just can't make it up. The word hope has come out like 3 times now. The power of 3. Having hope. Navigate your shadows with compassion and gentleness. Grace, kindness, self-care. Absolutely. Self-care is really important, especially now. Love yourself, love your body, love the beautiful vessel that you have been given. Take care of it, nurture it. Deception. A slippery slope erodes trust. Honesty fosters connection and authenticity. Integrity, transparency, trust. And there's another one that fell out. Oh, there's 2. Stubborn. It can denote perseverance, but it also may hinder progress. Flexibility, resolve, growth. Unmasking truth. The eye sees only what the mind is prepared to know. Self-examining, revelation. See if there's any more. Yeah, I just feel with with these cards, especially having hope, deception, there is always hope. I feel no matter what, there is always hope. I mean, even with my situation, I was saying to my neighbour earlier that I, have faith because things have always worked out for me in the end, you know? They have, and they always will do. So it's good to have faith. Deception. Are you deceiving yourself? Or are you around others that are deceiving you? Stubborn. Perseverance. So keep going. And don't let others stop you. Some people put others down because they don't want others to succeed, but it's also good to be stubborn because it does help with growth. And then people see you and they're like, oh wow, and it's like, well, because I didn't listen to you. I was saying to my son the other day, like, if I listened to some people, I wouldn't be where I am now, and some people set others up to fail. They do, believe me. Unmasking truth. Yeah, rose-tinted glasses going on here. So, we could all have rose-tinted glasses at the end of the day and all the cards want to fly out, Maybe give those rose-tinted glasses a good clean. Shadow dance. When you move shadows, you discover your rhythm, fluidity, movement, open. Yeah, and some people try to put illusions around, and because, yeah, look, self-sabotage. Oh, ouch. Some people do want others to self-sabotage because they can't stand others moving on or having a good life or doing something that takes courage, but it will take you out of your comfort zone. Procrastination, negative self-talk and fear of failure undermine your success. Overcoming resilience. Yeah, don't listen to other people. Listen to yourself, Listen to yourself. Go within. Meditate. Even if that means being a hermit. I don't know. The unknown. Uncertainty is the only certainty there is. Surrender, curiosity, faith. Yeah, because some are happy to see others self-sabotage. Like some people get a kick out of it. It's a bit weird to have that kind of mentality. Control issues. Fear of losing power or false security leads to vulnerability. Release trust, empowerment. And what I was also getting is some people were blaming their childhood. Well, you can only blame your childhood for a certain extent until you actually face the fact with things, We could all blame our childhood. Oh, I'm like this for this and I'm like this for that or whatever, Well, go and heal yourself, yeah? Go and heal yourself. Some people have had the most absolute awful childhoods, yeah, and they've actually done their shadow work and they are healing themselves, yeah, and they don't put their shit on other people to an extent where they blame this and they blame that and everything else. I mean, I could blame my parents for a lot of things, my childhood for a lot of things. Nobody, really knows the full extent of what some people go through in their childhood. Only that person knows, but then it's up to them to take that responsibility and do their own healing, do their own shadow work at the end of the day. Like I've had to, like a lot of people have had to, Spirit awakening. Sit with your shadows. It's the way to enlightenment, intuition, spirituality. Yeah. Unseen patterns. Change your thoughts, change your life. Beliefs reprogramming. That's why with ancestral healing for some people. I know for me it was all about breaking generational curses and patterns. So my children and future generations do not experience the same. That's why I've been connecting with the Akashic records and all sorts of things. You know, that's why I've had some people trying to destiny swap with me and do this and do that and try and take over my life. Well, you know, my life is my life and your life is yours. If you don't like your life, change it. Instead of thinking that you can try and steal somebody else's blessings or life. No, you're not having it. Because they're not yours to have. You may have done that with other people, but you're not going to do it this time. Karma is real, believe me. Find wholeness, bring together fragments that complete you. Acceptance, inner peace. Yeah, start loving yourself as well. Start loving yourself. The child within as well, which is beautiful. It's amazing. Yeah, that's also what's been coming up in connection to do with childhood, you know. Start loving the child within. Because the only real reason in one sense that people want to do harm to another person is a lot of things that they probably haven't healed in their childhood. But it's your responsibility, same as it's my responsibility to heal stuff within myself. Excuse me, you know. And it takes a lot of courage to heal a lot of things in connection to do with families and what have you. You know, if I told people connection to do with stuff that's gone on in my family, they wouldn't believe it. But it is what it is, you know. It's acceptance. And obviously to help heal the family line, and I've done a lot of stuff, so but nobody can take that away from me, and nobody can take that from another person, no matter how much they try. And some people unfortunately have been successful in connection to do with destiny swapping and what have you, and my heart goes out to those people that are in the spirit world and that has happened to, amongst other things, because morals are coming up a lot as well. And some of these connections of people that do things and that, they don't have any morals, but then they blame their childhood. And it's like, well, how long are you going to keep doing that? You know? As I say, some people have had the most horrific childhoods. Yeah, it's not about comparison. Oh, hers is worse than yours, or his is worse than yours. No, it's your responsibility to heal yourself. If you don't, then just stay away from people, basically, you know, because these people do deep down know when they're doing wrong. They know but they're just in denial, or they just don't want to face it. And it's only when something or someone comes along and gives them a right kick up the arse, like the divine or people like me speaking truth and stuff, then they're like, oh, you know. And it's like, well, start looking at yourself, start looking in the mirror instead of focusing on what everybody else is doing and their healing and all of that. You know, what about your healing? What about your life? Yeah? Face your stuff and heal it, you know? I don't believe that someone's 100% healed. I'm always healing. I'm healing every single day. But I'm grateful for the life that I have because of things that I've been through in my life. So nobody has a perfect life. So for these people who've got their face, you know, pressed against, like, you know, I just got a vision of someone having their face pressed against the glass and they're watching someone and they're like, oh, their life is so perfect. I wish I had their life, all of this, da, da, da. But it's just an illusion. It's just an illusion. So there you go. Nobody has the perfect life, but we get off our arse and we heal ourselves, yeah? And we don't take anything for granted, and we don't try and shit on people from a great height, basically, because we've got morals at the end of the day. And some of these connections need to learn about that. Treat people how you wish to be treated, basically. If you find yourself stuck in a situation you are unhappy with, this has been coming out a lot. I'm single. I'm not in a relationship, so I've kind of got that to be grateful for in connection to do this with this message. If you find yourself stuck in a situation you are unhappy with, ask yourself, why are you still there? Is it fear of the unknown? Leaving toxic situations or people can be the best thing you could do for your soul and your spirit. Be fierce. If you think you are alone, you are not. We are beside you in all challenges that you face. Trust that outside sources will always be working with you to ensure the best outcome of every situation. We have your best interests at heart. We love you. One more. And then I will finish. And I hope that this is helped someone, you know, because the drumming and the connections always help me. So even if this helps one person, that's good enough for me, because it's also about helping someone help themselves, you know. Make sure you don't start seeing yourself through the eyes of those who don't value you. You need to know your worth, even when others don't. You are not what people think of you. Absolutely beautiful. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this amazing shamanic drumming, and I will see you again soon. Look after yourselves.